Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new TV show spoiler review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Stenenberg. Today, I am talking my spoiler thoughts and review of the first three episodes, which is the first half of season one of the new MCU show Ironheart, which just hit Disney Plus on Wednesday, June 25th. I'm going to give my general thoughts on the episode in spoiler fashion. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Max Berg. Welcome back to Max Talks Movies. If you like movie reviews, TV show reviews, out-of-theater reactions, box office breakdown shows, and movie franchise rankings, this is the channel for you. So, guys, please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so notified when my new videos hit the channel. Also, guys, please comment down below. What are your thoughts on Ironheart? Is this one of your favorite MCU shows so far? Least favorite MCU shows? Would love to hear your thoughts of Ironheart down in the comment section down below in spoiler fashion. Do you have any bold predictions as well for the final three episodes of this series? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And also, guys, please hit the thumbs up button. Helps my YouTube algorithm out so more people will be recommended towards my video. So, going into Ironheart, I knew this was the final show of Phase 5, and Thunderbolts was the final movie of Phase 5. This is the final anything for Phase 5 of the MCU. But this show was shot a long time ago, nearly 2+ years ago. They've had this show in the can, not just shot, but like done. They've really held this back. They have not been promoting this show really whatsoever, really until this month of June. And they are doing the method where there's only 6 episodes. They're dumping 3 at one time and 3 next week, which usually for Marvel means they don't have a ton of confidence in a show like this. And they're heavily promoting, obviously, that Ryan Coogler is an executive producer on this project after the massive success of Sinners. But again, he's very much really not a major part of the show at all. He's not a showrunner. He's not a writer. He's just an executive producer. And again, yes, he casted Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams for Wakanda Forever, but he doesn't have a major impact story-wise or with the show in a major way. He's really just there for name only to help boost the show. So I had really low expectations for Ironheart going in. And again, because this is not episode by episode, I'm just going to be breaking down my general thoughts in spoiler fashion, what we got here in Ironheart. And I got to say, I don't think this is the worst MCU show we've gotten, but I also don't think it's a very good show. And this is another classic example of another Marvel show given 6 episodes, and it just doesn't feel like a good enough time to develop characters. And usually these Marvel shows that go these 6 episodes just feel like this. This is a very rushed show that I do think has a great show in here on a story level, on a premise level, but because they only have 6 episodes and the episodes are around 40 to 50 minutes long, they kind of just have to keep the things moving because they're really limited to around 5.5, 5 hours of television, not, the full 6 hours or anything, or 10 hours of television where they can really spread some things out. They got to get stuff done here. So there's so many times in the show where you feel like they're finally taking a chance to breathe, settling down on a storyline, and they got to go to the next thing. And this is a really frustrating show to watch. I think the performances across the board are fine. I think Dominique Thorne was, again, I like Wakanda Forever more than most, but like I really like Wakanda Forever, like love that movie. Riri's never been a character in that movie that really popped to me, especially getting her own show. She's good. She's a fine character. There is something missing from the Ironheart character, and they try to attach the fact that obviously she's not Tony Stark, clearly. And the idea of the show is that, Tony, yes, is a very smart guy, but it also helped that he had all this money in order to help build all of his suits. And she's in a position where she's in a place in her life where she's making no money. Her family doesn't really have a lot of money. But she's just as smart and having issues creating these things. And it's her stepdad who is the one who's been wanting her to be, was such a big fan of Tony Stark and the Iron Man. That's why she wants to be in the Iron Man like outfit and the suit. I just think a sentence to really put the show together is that it really does. It's just, how do I actually, before I even say it could be in a sentence, they touch on topics but they're just very one note and generic. This show is trying to tackle wealth differences, class systems, race. It's trying to tackle AI as well, and AI's impact on society. Would it be a good thing? Would it be a bad thing? Um, it is trying to tackle a lot of different big topics. And I am all cool with that, especially in a TV show. I don't really like when movies try to tackle 5 or 6 big time generalized topics. And in a 2-hour movie, you don't really have enough time to get into all those topics. So in a show, I'm cool with them trying to tackle all these different things. And there, in each of those blocks, you can see some really potential good story there, but none of them get enough screen time in the show for them to be at all interesting. They are as a concept fits this show very well, but they're talking about class systems and how she's struggling in the class system. Then they kind of just move on to the next joke. Then they go to like race. Then they go to all these different things. And AI is a big part of the show, because when she's creating this Ironheart suit for the heist, she falls asleep as it's getting information from her brain, and it turns into this AI of her dead friend Natalie, who's played by Lyric Ross. So again, Lyric Ross is very fine in the show, but I felt very weird about what the show was implying, both on a positive and a negative level, with the fact that now she has an AI version of her dead friend. And that is a very serious topic. And I don't think the show is doing it justice at all, having it become such a big, I mean, it is a focal point of the show, is this Natalie and Riri relationship. And Thorne and Ross have amazing chemistry in the show. You buy them as close-knit, like sisters, really, even more than friends, as sisters. And you buy that. But the AI element, honestly, is really pulling me out of the show with their dynamic. And it just feels weird. And I think if they took more time to address what's actually happening, like they have one in third episode, they go off, they have a trip, they rekindle some memories. And now, Natalie's helping Riri get back to getting out of panic attacks. I just feel very weird by it, because it's an AI character. The performance obviously is in real life. The character is AI. Like, it's not like Jarvis talking to you the whole time. It's an actual person, and the person's a dead close friend. And it's such a major point. They need to take their time, which they don't have enough time of, to really understand this relationship. Now, also, Anthony Ramos is in the show as the Hood, Parker Robbins. And Anthony Ramos, for me, has been one of the more talented actors of the last 5 years. Love him in Hamilton and In the Heights. Didn't really mind him. I enjoyed him enough in both Transformers, Rise of Beasts, and Twisters. I do think there's a slight miscast here. Anthony Ramos is such a likable actor, but he is playing the most evil person. As of now, I'll end the show, this video, by bringing up an interesting, I guess, theory for next week. But I'm just not totally buying this Hood character as that menacing or threatening, honestly, at all. He has a supernatural element to him. He's obviously being tortured by someone who I'll get to towards the end of the video. I love Anthony Ramos. I don't think this was a great written character on the page. He's the most underwritten character, I think, in the entire show, and he's the big bad. That's a bad thing. My favorite character on the show easily is Alden Ehrenreich as Joe. Joe at first, I'll get to where he is in episode 3. But he fits the tone and the comedy of the MCU very well. I've always enjoyed Alden Ehrenreich. It's really a shame that the solo movie has really cost him so much things over the last 5 to 7 years. But he's very good in the show. He's easily the funniest and most energetic part of the show. We learn in episode 3 that he's actually lying about his name, and he's actually Ezekiel Stane, the son to Obadiah Stane, who was Jeff Bridges' character from the very first Iron Man. And that twist I actually found to be quite enjoyable. And the fact that Ezekiel is now, he has all of this material and, things that could be quite dangerous, but he's just trying to put that side away from him and not become his father. And I found that storyline to be very fascinating, because you have Riri, who's really trying to follow in the footsteps of her stepdad in just saving lives because you have the ability to help people. And she wants to step into those shoes while she's friends with someone who does not want to become their father. I found that is a really neat thing. But again, we're not getting enough screen time. Riri has a love interest of sorts, I guess. That's not really explored enough. She has a mother in the show. That's not really delved into that much. They have so many different things going on with all equal amount of screen time where they're just giving you dashes and sprinkles of information and scenes. Nothing really materializes. Now, I do want to say on episode 3, I found 3 to be easily the best episode of this set of episodes. It's a total complete heist episode where we're center focused on this one heist. Riri's also trying to get a piece of the cloak of the hood to understand what really Parker is doing. But it ends up where Parker's cousin dies after he's been really on Riri's trail and he caught Riri. This episode, I thought, episode 3 it wasn't like a great episode, but for this show, it was way better. I did not like the first 2 episodes, honestly, at all. And I did find some enjoyment. I thought episode 3 was fine, but for this show, it was way better and a big improvement and got me at least more intrigued for the remainder of the series. But this is, I think, a show that feels like Marvel didn't have a lot of confidence in for a reason. Again, it's not Secret Invasion or She-Hulk level bad, because there are some sparks and story in here that does interest me. It could mean for a really great show. The action themselves in this show, nothing really too memorable. The Iron Man stuff doesn't look too cheap. It's done very well, but the action themselves is just not that great on the show. And I just find it to be, honestly, a very frustrating watch because there are some good elements here. There are some good performances here. And I think if the show got maybe 10 episodes, 8 episodes, it could have more time to explore these things. But this show, because of its runtime and episode length, just doesn't have enough time to get to enough stories. So I'll say this, it's been heavily rumored that they were going to debut Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto in the series. I believe that's the person who gave all those marks to Hood, the Hood played by Anthony Ramos. I think we'll see possibly Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto in these final 3 episodes. They were heavily implying maybe seeing him towards the end of episode 3. We will see. But I think that's going to be like the big thing that hooks people. But yeah, this is a forgettable, not just, in my opinion, a not very good show. It's unfortunate to watch. But again, is this the bottom of the barrel of the MCU TV shows? It is not, but certainly not far from it. It's just not a very good show. And I'm honestly, even with such a low bar, I'm still sad and disappointed that it isn't reaching a great height. So that's my thoughts on the first 3 episodes of Ironheart. The final 3 episodes, yes, the next 3 episodes, which are the final 3 of the season, come out next week. So I'll give a full spoiler breakdown of episodes 4 through 6. So stay tuned for that, guys. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.